What's going on, and welcome back to another gear setup. And as promised, we are going to be going over how I set up the TAG Combat Sustainment Pack or Military Day Pack with extra storage, or in short, just the TAG Mission Assault Pack. So with that, I have done a couple of other reviews and setups for the 511 4-banger as well as the SoTech Mission Go bag. There are a couple of different options out there. Do take the time and compare the different options so that way you can determine what is going to be best for you, your mission, operational environment, and kind of kit setup and loadout. Now when it comes down to it, the TAG is my preferred method because of how this pack is set up. It is small and streamlined. It does have quite a bit of extra space compared to the other two, as well as you can set this up and configure it to a MOLLE back panel or the back of your plate carrier. You can set it up in just an assault pack configuration, and you can also set this up in conjunction with like a flick or load-bearing equipment, so that way you both have equipment on the front of you as well as on the back of you if you don't want to run plates, or if you're in kind of more of that sniper or precision shooter kind of setup and configuration. So there are some options. I do think this gives you the most adaptability when it comes to a broad range of missions and setups and configurations. So this is my recommended above the other two, because it will do the same thing in conjunction with a few extra adaptable configurations. So with that, there are a few things that I don't have on the table. I don't have the Enola Gay flashbangs as well as the IWA International M12 diversionary devices. Those are both civilian available distraction diversionary devices or flashbangs. So you can purchase those. They're good to have for self-defense, or if your organization doesn't provide those for you, you can use those as well. And kind of giving you the edge and increasing survivability across the board. So I highly recommend those when it comes down to it. But that aside, there's a few other things I'll touch base on throughout the entire video. For now, I'm going to dive right into it. So when it comes to the setup, just kind of this pack, if you haven't seen the review, you have 3 pockets on the exterior, 2 small, 1 large. You also have a small multi-tool pouch up top here, 3 magazine pockets, and then 1 large pocket on the interior for maps, hydration carriers, or bladders, and whatever else you may want to throw inside of there. And then on the back side, you do have your MOLLE and straps, so you can set this up and configure it in a couple of different ways. All of that, for the most part, will come off, and you can stuff any excess materials or items inside of the pack. So with that, when it comes to how I configure this, just starting from the top, you have your 3 magazine pockets. I'll throw all 3 magazines inside of there, and then pull the tabs over on top of them. The nice thing about the way this is set up and configured is if you're working in a small team, other guys can grab these mags if they need to, or you can just drop your pack and then resupply your own kit if you need to, or you can throw this entire thing inside of a back seat of a vehicle and run your equipment that way. So as a kind of sustainment or a resupply system. So you do have some options when it comes to this. The cool thing also with this is you can actually kind of like set this up on a seat and just hang it from the back of a seat, which is really cool as well if you don't want to go and purchase seat back panels and all that. So that is an option for this as well. At the top here, I typically run just some administrative stuff. So loom boards, small notepad, pens, pencils, paper, additional batteries for both myself and the guys that I'm working with, just in case you need them. If you're running any type of specialty radio, I would recommend throwing those in there as well. I usually don't carry as many as you have here, but hey, you know, for right now it works out pretty well. So I'll usually throw all of that stuff in there. And then this middle pocket, I'll typically run all of the smoke and flashbangs, whether it's Enola Gay or the IWA Internationals. When it comes to colors, actually before I throw these all in there, you have red, green, blue, and purple. So when it comes to all of the different colors, great for marking. Red is going to be really for medical purposes and intents. The green, blue, and purple, different ways of communicating and marking and all of that. What I've also found with these burst wire pull smoke grenades is the green, blue, and purple do a really good job of producing a very thick, dense colored cloud, so it is very difficult to see through it. So I found that these probably work the best when it comes to obscuring the vision of others or a threat or adversary. So I would recommend these guys. The cool thing too with these wire burst smoke grenades is they are significantly smaller than the other products Enola Gay has, so you can definitely plus up on the numbers rather than only taking 1 or 2 large smoke grenades. Now for military and law enforcement, you may be getting those really big, I believe it's the M18 smoke grenades. I honestly couldn't tell you why they still use those. I would run these over any of those any day of the week because you can just carry more, and these will actually fit inside of flashbang pouches as well. So you have a lot more capability with these guys. But with that, I'll throw all those in there. There's no kind of rhyme or reason as far as the organization goes. You do have a little bit of extra space even with all of those in there, so you can fit 2 flashbangs in there as well. So that is an option. When it comes to all of that, at the bottom here, I typically kind of leave this open for the shoulder straps, but then I'll also throw just a couple of small items like 550 cord and hand warmers in there, just so that way it kind of builds up a little bit of stuff in there, and that way you don't have to worry about it all that much. Now, we've got chem lights, a collapsible water bottle, and a small med kit left. I'll typically open up this big pocket and just throw all of that down at the bottom, just in case. And then honestly, since I have space here, I'll throw the extra pistol ammo just in that pocket for now. So typically I don't always run extra pistol ammo or pistol magazines, especially with the military. You don't always get issued all the mags that you need, so sometimes you have to improvise and just carry extra ammo and throw that in the bag, so that way you have that when needed. So the extra ammo in there with the smoke grenades and everything else. So water bottle, collapsible water bottle, hydration carrier, whatever the case may be, you can throw that on the interior, and that is kind of all of that in a nutshell. So this is how I typically set this up. In conjunction with everything that you see here that I've thrown inside of this bag, there are also maps that I've had laminated that I'll throw into that larger compartment, so that way I have all the maps that I need for any type of mission, and navigating or identifying areas of interest and all of that. So when it comes down to that large pocket, you have a lot of capability with it. Take the time and determine what you really want to take out on mission with you and what is really going to enable you. Especially if you're working in and around vehicles, you can just throw this in the back seat and not have to carry it at all, but you have something to resupply and sustain yourself off of. So whether you're civilian just planning for self-defense and preparedness, military, law enforcement, that's how I have this set up. I hope that helps, and helping you determine how you want to set up your equipment based off your mission, operational environment, and duty position, and kind of giving you food for thought of what you would like to set up and then where you would like to alter things. By no means are any of these videos telling you this is the only way of doing it. It's just a guide and a recommendation to help you determine what is going to be best for you. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment. We'll help you out in any way that we can in answering those questions. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.